So I will give just a brief overview of what an MCP is. Again, it's really that AI connector to your data hub like Maxio. So for us, we use Claude. It's really easy to set up. I'll show you briefly here. If you are in your Maxio instance and you go to admin, it's in your integrations portion, Maxio MCP. Your admin is going to go through the terms of service with you and already get that set up. But then you just go to setup connector and it's going to populate a URL. You're going to take that URL then and in Claude, so I use Claude Cowork. I've got this downloaded on my desktop. I've got it connected to an incredible amount of applications that I could talk about for days. But if we go into customize and connectors, here is where you're going to do the plus sign, add custom connector. You're going to name it and just paste that URL in. It's going to kick you back to Maxio to go through your authentication and get set up. And that's it. It's a bit different of a workflow if you're an A/B customer. So really the only difference is right here in advanced billing, you're going to go down and click on integrations and then get into it that way. But this really is not a huge time commitment to get it set up. It's just how do you use that data then? So I think there's three key ways that I think about Claude that is important to this conversation. Chat, projects, and skills. So a chat we're all essentially using, which is where you log in, you write your instructions each time in your chat, you ask it questions. You might train it to put in your own words. Highly suggest using the your voice file so that it knows like your tone and inclination that you want it to kind of match every time it runs something for you. Projects is taking it a step further. So we've used this in marketing. You can plop in reference material, branded decks as a guideline. We've used it for even how to query top of the funnel data that we might connect to Dream Data. And in there, we're going to say, like, always pull from these reports. But in order to have those parameters, it's really that static library. You have to go into that project in order to ask questions. Where a skill takes it further is you could be in any chat within Claude and then just trigger the skill to run and it will run it. And then you're manipulating the data from there. So a skill is really your step-by-step process that you've already packaged up. So today I'm going to talk about that dashboard that we created in order to see certain stats on the business. But you can create a skill for so many different things. I've created one for LinkedIn posts, for transforming, I've heard of customers using it for transforming like a messy CSV. You always want it to transform into this sort of file with these sorts of headers. You're never going to need to go back in there and adjust that view or parameters. You just run the skill. It automatically kicks it back in the way that you want. And then from there, you're manipulating it. So it saves a ton of time. There's a rule out there in articles that you read about skills where if you're prompting the same thing more than 3 times in a week, you should really have it set up as a skill so that you can just prompt the skill and have it run.